Everyone in my family got an invite to my sister's wedding except me. They laughed when I showed up anyway, but 10 minutes later I exposed a secret that left them all silent. My name is Jack, I am 25, and until recently, I truly believed that family was supposed to be your safe place. The people you could always turn to, no matter how hard life got. But what happened to me at my sister's wedding showed me that sometimes the people you expect to love you the most are the ones who can cut you the deepest. It all started about 6 months ago when my sister announced that she was engaged. Her fiancé, Daniel, was someone I barely knew. They had only been together for a year, but she was head over heels for him. Naturally, I thought I'd be part of the celebration. After all, I'm her only brother. We grew up together, shared a room for years, and I was always there whenever she needed me. But weeks passed, and while everyone in my family bragged about invitations, dress shopping, and plans for the big day, my mailbox stayed empty. At first, I thought maybe it was a mistake. Maybe my invitation had been lost. So I asked my mom casually, "Hey, did you know if mine came yet?" She looked at me like I'd said something ridiculous and replied coldly, "Jack, they didn't plan on inviting you. It's for the best." I remember my stomach dropping as if the floor had disappeared beneath me. For the best? How could leaving out their own son and brother be for the best? When I pressed further, my dad finally spoke up. He said, "You know how you always argue with people? You'll just make things awkward. This is her special day. Don't ruin it." Hearing that from him felt like a knife to the chest. I've never been a perfect son, but I'm not some monster. I've always worked hard, paid my bills, and tried to support them. I just happened to speak my mind, which apparently makes me the black sheep of the family. The weeks leading up to the wedding were brutal. Every group chat, every family dinner, every social media post was about the wedding. My sister never called, never texted. It was as if I had been completely erased from her life. And when the wedding weekend finally came, I told myself I would just ignore it. Stay home. Pretend it didn't bother me. But the truth is, it ate at me. Deep down, I knew I had to see for myself why I wasn't welcome. So, on the day of the wedding, I put on my best suit and drove to the venue. My hands shook as I walked up to the doors. I could hear the music, the laughter, the celebration inside. And then my sister's maid of honor spotted me. Her eyes went wide, and she whispered something to another bridesmaid before they both burst out laughing. "Oh my God, he actually showed up." One of them snickered loud enough for me to hear. When I walked in, I saw my entire family gathered together. My parents, my aunts, my cousins, all smiling and chatting as if everything was perfect. My mom's face dropped when she saw me, and my dad shook his head like I had no right to be there. My sister walked over in her white dress, looked me dead in the eye and said, "You weren't invited, Jack. Please leave." Her voice was sharp, and her guests around us chuckled quietly, watching the drama unfold. For a moment, I considered turning around. But then something inside me snapped. I remembered the information I had found just a week before. Something they clearly didn't know I had discovered. You see, while everyone was so focused on me being the problem, they overlooked the real issue. My sister's beloved fiancé, Daniel, was not as loyal as she believed. A month earlier, I had run into him at a bar in the city. He wasn't alone. He was with another woman, holding her hand, kissing her like he didn't have a care in the world. At first, I thought maybe it was some misunderstanding. But then I saw him again a week later with the same woman, this time checking into a hotel together. I took photos, unsure if I should ever use them. But standing there in that room, with everyone laughing at me, treating me like I didn't belong, I knew exactly what to do. I pulled out my phone and said loud enough for the entire room to hear, "Before I leave, I think my sister should know what her perfect husband was doing last month." The room fell silent. Every pair of eyes turned toward me. My sister's smile faded, and Daniel's face turned white as snow. I swiped through the pictures on my screen and held them up for everyone to see. Him and that other woman, hand in hand, lip-locked, entering that hotel. Gasps filled the room. My mom covered her mouth. My dad looked away. My sister's legs nearly gave out as she grabbed the phone from my hand, scrolling through the evidence. This can't be real, she whispered, tears forming in her eyes. Daniel tried to speak, to make excuses, but the guests around us were already murmuring, pointing, shaking their heads. In that moment, the power shifted completely. Just 10 minutes earlier, I was the unwanted brother, the embarrassment, the one they laughed at. Now, I was the one who revealed the truth they all needed to see. My sister stormed out of the room, her white dress dragging against the floor as sobs escaped her. Daniel tried to follow, but my dad stepped in his way for the first time ever, rage burning in his eyes. I didn't stay to see the rest. I simply walked out, leaving behind the family that had erased me, knowing they would never forget the scene I exposed. As I drove away from that wedding hall, the weight in my chest finally lifted. For years, I had been made to feel like the outcast, like I was always the problem, like I was less than everyone else in my own family. But in that single moment, the truth had come out. Not only did I show them that I deserved to be heard, but I proved that the perfect man they chose over their own son and brother was a complete fraud. When I got home, my phone started buzzing with calls and messages. Some from my cousins saying they couldn't believe what I did. Some from aunts telling me that they were proud of me for speaking up. Even a few messages from family members who once ignored me, apologizing for how they had treated me. But the ones that stung the most were from my parents. My mom simply said, "You went too far." My dad just texted, "We'll talk later." Neither one said they were sorry for laughing at me. Neither one said they were sorry for choosing everyone else over me. And that's when it hit me. I don't owe them anything anymore. For years, I tried to earn their approval, tried to show them that I was good enough. But that night, standing in that room full of people who laughed at me until the truth slapped them in the face, I realized that I don't need their approval to live my life. My sister hasn't spoken to me since that day. Last I heard, she called off the wedding and moved back in with my parents while she tries to figure things out. As for Daniel, he disappeared as quickly as he entered our lives. Good riddance. Me? I've been focusing on myself. I cut off the toxic ties, started building a new circle of friends who actually value me, and for the first time in years, I feel free. The family who shut me out of their perfect celebration will always remember that their own cast-out son was the one who stood up and protected his sister from a lifetime of heartache. Whether they ever admit it or not, deep down they know I was right. So no matter how much they tried to break me, in the end, I walked away stronger. And honestly, that's the best revenge I could have ever asked for. Like and subscribe for more stories.